guys, welcome back to Strong Successful Male. So for today, I'm going to go over an email that was sent from a subscriber. That's from a guy. He is 25 years old. He is a full-time business student as well as a part-time photographer. He's building up a photography business. And he shares his story about an event that happened a year ago when he very foolishly mixed business with pleasure with getting involved with a model/influencer. You're going to see in this story how she wanted him or hired him to do a photo shoot to help her. And well, like I said, he mixed business with pleasure. And real quick, he learned exactly about the stereotypes about these model influencer types and the kind of drama and turmoil they can bring to your life if you're not careful, and why it's best to avoid those types like the plague. And you're going to see all the stereotypes about narcissism, delusion, BS. And by the way, you're also going to see that she had a fiance. But ultimately, guys, amongst the drama he goes through, he will have the last laugh, as a lot of guys usually do. And I'm doing this one as an example. Like I said, do not get involved with these models, especially these influencer types. I mean, I don't need to elaborate why. You guys understand why with all the stories you hear, etc., etc. Also, a lot of times these gals will have a boyfriend or fiance and magically say, we're on a break. And guess what? They're not always on a break. But what they're doing is monkey branching, looking for a better option, and that way then, if it works out well for you, then they'll kick their guy to the curb. As well as, guys, you have to be aware that if you have a girl who suddenly wants a break, probably because she already has a guy in mind, and she's going to see if it's going to work for him. And if it does, you're toast. If not, she'll come back to you as the backup plan. You got to be very careful. And there's other stereotypes in here that definitely are right on the money. So, he says, hello, SSM. First off, I'd like to say that I'm a huge fan of your channel, and I appreciate all the work that you do. I'm sharing this story because a lot of men still think dating a bad model/influencer is the ultimate goal. I can tell you right now that the majority of guys that watch this channel wouldn't be caught dead dating a bad model/influencer type. In fact, that'd be the last one they get involved with, and, well, you're going to see why. I'm here to say that it's not. Furthermore, I'm also here to expose how influencers on Instagram and other platforms cheat, as I've dealt with this before. That may be another story later on. Well, please do email your other stories. For the purpose of this story, we'll call this model Samantha. Please note that every name in this story has been changed to hide the identities of the people involved. Well, guys, whenever you send stories, I will always use whatever names you choose. So I won't reveal your identity, your email, or real name. And if you use names in your stories, yeah, change the names. It just makes things easier. I met Samantha when I was 24 years old. I've been a full-time business student and part-time photographer for the last 4 years. Samantha, who was 23 at the time, saw my work and really liked it. She asked me to collaborate with her on a photo shoot. She had way more followers than me, and I hadn't heard anything bad about her then, so I agreed. I saw this as a relatively easy marketing opportunity. During our photo shoot, she tells me that she just moved here 6 months ago from her very small hometown and that she's looking for modeling work. So, okay, she's not a model working for an agency. She's just a pretty girl who's on Instagram who thinks she's a influencer because she has 1,000 subscribers or followers or whatever you call it. Get in line. And it's not that hard to be a pretty girl. Take pictures of yourselves, touch them up a bit, and get guys that are going to follow you. Samantha told me that she'd been with her fiance for over 5 years, and they are happily engaged. Define happy. As we will later discover, that was a complete lie. Overall, the shoot went very well, and I never got anything more than a friendly vibe from her. After I gave her the photos, she continued to message me frequently and wanted to set up another photo shoot. A naughty one, limited or no clothing. Uh-oh. I found it strange, but like I said, I didn't get a flirty vibe, so I agreed. A few weeks go by, and she tells me that things with her fiance aren't going well, and that they are on a break. Well, is her fiance aware that they're on a break? We'll come back to that momentarily. One day she posts on her story that this male model, Alex, 35 years old, is a predator. He used her and is not to be trusted. She was complaining about this dude and how difficult her life has been. Eventually, I decided to invite her over to my place for drinks. Smack! You do not mix business with pleasure. and don't get involved with one of these types. I'm sure she was hot, and I'm sure she obviously liked you, and you figured it was an easy lay. And of course, she's on a break. Bad idea. Do not shit where you eat. Don't mess up your business potentially with one of these chicks. It's not worth it. Stick to business. And you don't want to get involved with some gal in any way, shape, or form who just supposedly broke up with her boyfriend or fiance. Not a good place. I wasn't sure what her intentions were. We do. So I decided to keep a close eye on her and see how she'd react if I slowly made advances. We had a good time, and as the night went on, she became more flirty. Eventually, I decided to make a move. I stated my intentions and told her I wasn't looking for anything serious. She agreed, and we later hooked up that night. There you go. Mixing business with pleasure. Now watch what happens with this gal when things don't go her way. And remember when he mentioned a moment ago that she was posting this thing on a story, Instagram, bitching about some guy labeling him as a predator and taking advantage of her and all that crap. Watch this. Everything was fine until a week later, and Samantha randomly messaged me out of the blue saying that it was a mistake, that we hooked up, and that she wanted something serious. Isn't this the same girl who that night said, you made it abundantly clear, I'm not looking for anything serious. And he said she agreed to that. She agreed. But now she wants something serious. She's figuring she's hot, she's young in her prime, and she can get what she wants from you. We had a conversation on the phone that night, and she stated that she wants to take things slow and that she wants something serious with me. I knew something was up, so I declined that offer. Good for you. Don't do what you don't want. She got mad at me and accused me of being, wait for it guys, a predator. I reminded her that everything was consensual and that she agreed to everything that has happened thus far. She ended that conversation by saying she no longer wanted to date me. Now she's pissed off. Now what happens when a guy rejects a woman? Usually one of two things happens. Either she becomes obsessed with him, because women hate rejection. You all know this by now. They hate rejection. One of two ways. Either become obsessed with the guy and chase him more because he rejected her, or two, they hate his guts. And it's full on hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. Can you guess what we're going to be dealing with here? And remember what she did with the other guy on Instagram that she was pissed off about. We had a naughty photo shoot later that week, and I mentioned coming up in the following week. I thought about it and realized, why am I helping her advertise to other dudes, especially if I'm not getting paid? Why the hell are you not getting paid? I'm assuming you're doing it for experience and to market your abilities and everything, but, well, she did pay you, let's be honest here. I politely declined that photo shoot, and she snapped. Samantha sent me a 6-page wall of text saying how I used her and that I was a predator and manipulator, to which I responded, "K, bye," and blocked her on all platforms. Now, if you were smart, when you observed her little story earlier about her talking trash about the other guy, you'd realize if she's going to do this to this guy, it's a possibility she's going to do it to me. And there you go. It goes on. During that week, she apparently gave me the same accusations as Alex, and also messaged my current client saying I wasn't to be trusted. Fortunately, none of them believed her, as my reputation as a photographer is very good. Well, thank God for that, because she could have decimated your entire freaking business like that. And as you know, the old believe all women. In the future, my brother, and all you guys out there that have businesses or careers that involve gals, do not get involved with your clients. It's not worth jeopardizing your business over. 2 months go by, and I met another model named Ethan. He's 28 years old, who had the same thing happen to him right after me and Alex. Eventually, we all became bros because we all had a similar experience with Samantha. 3 different dudes, the same thing every time. She's looking for somebody better to monkey branch to. Doesn't work out, she can always go back to her ex. For a while, I heard nothing and thought that would be the end of it, until I did a photo shoot 3 weeks ago with someone who was a mutual friend of Samantha. She asked me if I knew her. I told her my story, and she was shocked that Samantha did that. Shocked, huh? According to her, Samantha got pregnant had a kid, and and to my surprise, married her fiance that she was taking a break from. Now here's a question. Whose kid is that? Because I have a very hard time believing it was the fiance's kid. Of course, this naive, poor dumb bastard from the small town from her married her. Of course. Poor guy. That could have been, shit, you got to be wondering, is that your kid? Or the other dude's kid? Or the guy before you's kid? She proceeded to tell me that Samantha, her now husband, never knew that they were on a break, and she never told him. There you go. The whole time that she was on this break, he never even knew. What a piece of garbage. She's a piece of garbage on multiple fronts, but there you go. It gets better. Her irrational behavior and constant accusations caused no one to want to work with her anymore, and she's had to move back to her hometown. I think that's hilarious. But at the end of the day, if she's young and she's pretty, she'll just find somebody else. But it's like the hot crazy scale. The better looking they are, often crazy goes along with it. And she's so crazy and so high and mighty on herself because she's pretty and gets attention from guys that she keeps pulling the same crap and thinks no consequence is going to come to her way. As for myself, I'm almost 26 now, and in April I will graduate with a bachelor's in business. Congratulations. I'm also continuing to improve my photography, and I haven't had anyone make accusations against me since. Adam, Ethan, and I are still bros, and they are on their purpose and leveling up too. Well, good job for all you guys, and I hope they watch my channel. Congratulations on almost graduating with your degree in business. I hope you use it very wisely with your photography business. Stop fucking your customers, and you'll be all right. The key points I hope your audience gets from this story are, number one, never stick your you-know-what in crazy. It's not worth it. I've been saying this pretty much since day one. Number two, women make rules for betas and break them for alphas. In other words, she made the rules for her guy, her so-called fiance, and broke the rules, you, Ethan, and whatever the other dude's name is. And number three, eventually their bad behavior will catch up to them. So don't be disappointed. You'll have the last laugh in the end. Just keep working hard. Thank you, and I hope you have a great day. Best. Bro, that was a good story. And I'm really glad it worked out for you, because it could have been way worse, and you know it. You got lucky. So you learn your lesson, stop nailing your clients, and to go from there. Because your business, you got to treat your business. I mean, bro, you work so hard at it. And as you're well aware, it takes a lot of work to get clients. So it's not worth screwing things up over an easy piece of ass. If you're a guy doing well for yourself on your grind like you are, and you got enough personality that you can talk to people and you're smooth with the girls, you can get other girls. No clients. End of freaking story. That is the top lesson here. And of course about the whole we're on a break thing. It's unfortunate, but you just never know. You can meet a girl, go on a date with her, she claims she's single, and she's married, or engaged, or a boyfriend, or whatever. Have kids, you never know. So be very careful and do your homework and all that. But I'm glad you're doing well, and I'm glad she got what she deserved. But I think still, if she's young and pretty, even if she had a kid, she can lose the weight, but she will not be as appealing as she was before she had the kid. You all know what I mean by that. And that poor sucker married her, and he probably has no idea. And if he did find out, he's probably the type of guy that would just, hey, listen to her waterworks and marry her anyway. Good Lord. All right, guys, that's it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let this guy know what you think. And be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. I'll catch you next time.